This is Amanda, Pixie Dust Mom, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. I have been working on my video for moderate resorts, and because there's been so many changes in the moderate resorts with all the construction that was completed last year with Caribbean Beach and Coronado Springs, I want to make sure I have everything accurate. Also, I was supposed to stay at Coronado this past March, but that trip got canceled, so I had been waiting to do the moderates until I was going to have a resort tour and pictures and more stuff to do, but it didn't happen. And anyway, so today we're going to talk about the four moderate resorts. The cabins at Fort Wilderness are also considered in the moderate category, but I'm gonna do a whole separate video just on Fort Wilderness, the campsites and the cabins and all the amenities that are there. So this one will just be on Coronado Springs Resort, Caribbean Beach Resort, Port Orleans Riverside, and Port Orleans French Quarter. So I am going to start with Caribbean Beach. I've got the Disney website pulled up because these have more dining options and things like that, and so I want to make sure that I get all those listed out for you. So Caribbean Beach, in a nutshell, has 6 pools. The feature pool is a 0 entry, which I really like having small children. I like having a pool where my youngest, my little ones can kind of walk around, and it's not over their head all the time. So the feature pool, and then they have 5 leisure pools that are in the different areas. So there are 5 different areas, and I don't have my map here with me. One thing to note too, at the pools, at the moderate resorts, towels are provided for you, so you can use the towel. You don't have to pack beach towels or pool towels. They will have towels on site for you. There are some different room types at Caribbean Beach. You have the preferred rooms, which are going to be closer to your main building for check-in and the quick service dining and all that is. You have rooms at Caribbean Beach that will sleep 5, so you'll have 2 queen beds, and then like a pull-out, kind of like a bunk size bed. They have the standard rooms, obviously, that are going to be further away from the main building and don't have any specific view, maybe like the parking lot or just a standard view. Water pool view rooms. So if you want to guarantee a water view, there are some lakes, ponds, and things, and so it may not be, if it's a water view, it may be the pool and it may be one of the other water features. They have king rooms, so if you want just a king bed for 2 adults or 2 people, they are available. And Caribbean Beach also have the themed pirate rooms. So if you have children and they are all into Pirates of the Caribbean, there are some pirate themed rooms there. The dining options at Caribbean Beach, you have 1 table service, which is Sebastian's, 2 quick service, which is 1 Centertown, which is, I guess, the main quick service, and then Spyglass Grill, which is also has mobile order, and then you have the pool bar. So those are kind of the dining options at Caribbean Beach. The big thing, in my opinion, at Caribbean Beach right now is the fact that you have the Skyliner station right there. So you have bus transportation, like the regular 20-minute intervals at Caribbean Beach to go to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. But you have the station is like the transfer station. The main hub is at Caribbean Beach, and so there's 3 separate Skyliners. One will take you to Hollywood Studios, one will take you to the Riviera and Epcot, and then the other one will take you to Art of Animation and Pop Century. So it's really convenient to get to those parks. Now, I think this is another one of those resorts where if you're wanting to take a bus to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, those buses are only going to run once an hour because you do have that other mode of transportation. So if you don't want to do the Skyliner, just be aware of that. So that's really convenient. Again, Caribbean Beach they have campfires, they have the movie Under the Stars. They also have a pirate adventure cruise for children ages 4 to 12, and it's for 2 hours. And it is anywhere from $39 to $49 depending on the time of year and things like that. So that's something else that is offered at Caribbean Beach. You do not have to be staying at Caribbean Beach in order to use these amenities. So if you want to go to, if you're staying somewhere else and you want to, you know, take the Skyliner over and eat at Sebastian's or something, you're more than welcome to do that. Or to do the cruises or whatever. So there you go. So there is Caribbean Beach Resort. Caribbean Beach is also really spread out, and like the other moderates, there are multiple bus stops. So just be aware that if you're taking a bus, you're going to have to stop a couple times, either leaving to go to the parks, or when you come back, you may not be the first one off. You may have to wait a couple stops before you get off, depending on where you're staying. Alright, so I'm going to do Coronado last, because that's when I'll actually have to probably use the website to make sure I have everything, because there's just so much with the new tower. Alright, so let's go on to Port Orleans. So at Riverside, you have 6 pools. You have the main feature pool, which is called Old Man Island, and then there are 5 other pools. The feature pool at the moderates is the pool that also has the water slide. So if you are looking for the water slide feature, it's going to be at that feature pool. Riverside has 2 main areas. They have Alligator Bayou, which is, there's a lot more buildings in Alligator Bayou. The preferred rooms are in Alligator Bayou. The rooms that have the 5th sleeper are in Alligator Bayou. So all of those are on one side. And then on the other side, you have the mansions, which is called Magnolia Bend. 2 of the buildings have just regular rooms, and then 2 of the buildings have the royal rooms that are princess themed. They're themed to the Princess and the Frog, but they also have pictures in the rooms of different princesses and different princes, and they have the light up headboards, and it's just really cool theming there. So again, if you want to stay in Magnolia Bend, there are, you know, 2 of the buildings are royal rooms, 2 of the buildings are not. So the room types at Riverside, you have your standard rooms, your garden view, river view, and pool view. And you have your 5th sleepers, which if you get a 5th sleeper, you're going to be in Alligator Bayou. If you get a royal room, you're going to be in Magnolia Bend. You know, you can't flip it back and forth between those. So there are no preferred rooms in Magnolia Bend. Just be aware of that. Dining at Riverside, you have 1 table service, which is boat rides. You have the quick service cafeteria style at Riverside Mill. And then you also have the River Roost Lounge. And you have Muddy River's Pool Bar. So there's a couple different options food-wise. There are 4 bus stops at Riverside. So depending on which building you're in or which area, you're going to have, you know, a couple stops either leaving or coming back. And then there is a boat you can take to Disney Springs. So you don't have to take a bus to Disney Springs. They have some Surrey bikes at Riverside. They have carriage rides, and they have pole fishing if you want to try any of those, and all of those are an additional fee. Alright, next, Port Orleans French Quarter. So there is only one of a few things. There's only 1 pool. at French Quarter, but it's really neat, and they've got a really cool kids play area there. There are 7 buildings. There's no preferred area because French Quarter is the smallest of all the resorts. So all of them are fairly close to the main building, so they don't have like a preferred section. They have some different room views, but not a preferred section because everything is so kind of close together. There's only one single bus stop, so this is one where you don't have to wait either to get off or get to the park. You're not having to stop several places. The bus stop is going to be next to the main building or outside of the main building. And then again, you also have that boat to Disney Springs that you can take advantage of. They have the Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory. That is the name of their quick service. They have Scat Cats Club, which is where you get your beignets now, and Marty Grog's Pool Bar. So that's kind of the layout of French Quarter. It's smaller, and it's a lot easier to get around, and it's a lot more convenient time-wise if you are relying on Disney transportation and if you are staying at a moderate resort that's only got bus transportation, which is all of them except for Caribbean Beach. So I do highly recommend either of the Port Orleans resorts because I love both of them. So now we're going to move on and talk about Coronado, and then that will wrap up this session. Alright, so Coronado Springs has 4 pools. They have the dig site, which is the feature pool, and then there are 3 smaller leisure pools. They also have campfire activities, you know, s'mores and stuff. They have jogging, they have movies under the stars, they have volleyball, they have playground, the arcade. All of the Disney resorts have the arcade, and most of them have some kind of playground. Coronado Springs also has a painting class and a gym, which is the only moderate resort with a fitness center. So that's one thing. Coronado Springs is a convention resort, and so it has a lot more business type amenities because of the clientele that they have, because that's, you know, a lot of people come there for conventions, and so a lot more amenities are offered there than at some of the other moderate resorts. Okay, so there is Grand Destino Tower, and then there are 3 like separate areas that were there prior to the tower. You have standard view rooms, water view, preferred rooms, and then there are some 1-bedroom rooms that are available in those areas. The tower has club level, they have suites, they have 1-bedrooms, they have standard views, and they have water views and like standard rooms. So there's a lot of room options available at Coronado if that's where you're looking to stay. There are the only transportation option at Coronado, unless you're going to take an Uber or a minivan, is going to be your bus transportation. There are also several dining options at Coronado, and that is super exciting. Alright, going to finish this up with just a couple more things about Coronado. Their dining. So dining options at Coronado Springs include the Barcelona Lounge, the Dahlia Lounge, Three Bridges Bar and Grill. This is a table service. Toledo is a table service, and it is at the top of the Grand Destino Tower. Maya Grill is a table service, I think. Yes. Cafe Rick's is like a grab-and-go kind of setup. El Mercado de Coronado is the quick service, like the cafeteria quick service. Siesta's Cantina is the pool bar. There is also a Laguna bar that is outside around one of the, around the lake. It's an outside bar. Rick's Sports Bar and Grill. And then, of course, you have room service options. And Rick's Sports Bar and Grill, I'm looking to see. I'm thinking it's a table service. It may not be, though. It may be quick service. It's a lounge. So, you can do walk-in. So, there are a lot of food options at Coronado. There's a lot of extra amenities at Coronado that are not available at the other moderate resorts. So if that's something that you are looking for or want to take advantage of, it's a little more deluxe at a moderate price, if you want to look at it that way. So four moderate options. And most of the time, the price difference between the value, like you're looking at Pop Century or Caribbean Beach, the price difference is not going to be huge. So sometimes if you want to take advantage of those extra amenities, it's worth the price difference. If you have any questions about any of the moderate resorts or need help planning your trip, my information is in the description box below, and I would love to help you plan your Disney trip. And obviously, big news yesterday that Disney has planned their reopening. Hopefully, it is still pending, I think, like approval, governor approval. So as long as everything goes all right, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom will be opening on July 11th, and Epcot and Hollywood Studios will be opening on July 15th. No word, I don't believe, on the water parks. And so just stay tuned. I do try to post updates and stuff on my Facebook page, so if you want to check that out, you are more than welcome. And I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.